War Hero to Superhero. We are in the boardroom. This is just a few of the things that we go and mess with every single day as we are veterans in the transformation and first responders. So hope you enjoy our boardroom. If not, then go send us a new pic to put in the background. Our first interview outside of the Military Influencer Conference 2. We're going to bring David Cain to the stage. He helps our community to lock down housing to transform our narrative. So we're going to bring him out, and he's going to go over and tell us how to go over and to take our narrative and to change it forever. Hey, David, do I have you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So let's first jump into a little bit about your portfolio. What did you go over and do before what you do now?
So I have a long career, mainly of being in the mortgage industry. So I've helped people become homeowners and buy second homes, investment properties for about 25 years now.
Wow. So you pretty much have built your portfolio in the housing industry. But out of all places to go into work in the world, we graduate high school, we go to college and everything else. Why did you actually get into the housing industry?
Well, that's an interesting story, actually. So I originally, coming out of college, was a sports agent. So went to work for a couple sports agents, and then I ended up leaving to start my own business. And the sales cycle as a sports agent is generally about a year. So it takes quite a while to build up your clientele, to start to receive income. And while I was doing that, I had quite a few buddies who were in the mortgage business. And so they said, hey, why don't you come work with us while you build your sports agency? And eventually the mortgage business took over. And that's how I got there. Kind of a different story.
So not everybody's a Jerry Maguire that goes over and gets all the high-end people. So you tried to build a sports agency, and instead now you built almost like a housing agency in a sense.
That's right. That's right. And I don't know of anybody that grows up and says, boy, when I get older, I want to be a mortgage banker. That's not a common thing. So I think most people kind of end up falling into it, which is what I did.
Yeah. So our next question is, how do you empower our community? Because as veterans, it can be sometimes really difficult. You got the VA loans and everything else and whatnot, but on average, veteran when they get out, they're earning 25 to 85,000. Some of us at the Military Influencer Conference more successful, but others not so much. So, what made you empower our community specifically?
Yeah. So we serve essentially 5 hero categories, and military's one. But in addition to that, is military, police, fire, healthcare, and education. And I view all of those categories as people who sacrifice, serve others, and many times at the expense of their own family. And so I personally view them all as heroes. That's why we, as an organization and a real estate network, want to give back to, specifically the military.
And that's really amazing and real empowering. So, before we go over and talk more about that, we're going to go to a sponsor break.
You have served. No matter if it was in the military or civilian service, you deserve to live good. Live good in health. Live good in wealth. Live good in so much more. At Live Good, the global wholesale buyer club, we empower you to take your mission to the next level. Are you ready to live good? We all struggle in life. No matter the barriers, we do not need to stay there. Each day is an opportunity to step into better health. Each day is an opportunity to step into wealth. Each day is an opportunity to step into dreams. Live Good, the Global Wholesale Buyers Club, empowers all these steps and more. Ready to be empowered? Grab the link to learn more.
Welcome back to War Hero Superhero. Before our sponsor break, we had David Cain telling us about how he went from a sports agent, Jerry Maguire type guy, to going over and getting into the mortgage industry and telling us how he's empowering our community. So we're going to bring him back to find out more about that. All right, David, do I have you back?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go jump into it. Now, you can go over and serve any community in the mortgage industry. You could do FHA, traditional loans, all type of stuff. You could have got into the high-end elite, like I met people that do luxury homes and everything else. Why did you go specifically to serve in our community? Because there's tens of thousands of mortgage agents.
Yeah, that's a great question, Daniel. And really, the military I have such great respect for because, they typically are in an area 2 or 3 years. They're moving on to another place. Many times they are living on base and they don't really know a lot about home ownership, about VA loans and the benefits of it. And so it is a great way to build wealth while also serving our country. And so I have a huge passion for giving back to the military. And actually, on all VA loans with us, we have no lender fee. So that's another way that we give back. So, super, super proud of what we do for the military, how we give back and empower them, not only through Heroes Home Advantage, but also just through a VA loan as well.
Yeah, and that's a lot to go and understand. So let's unpack it a little bit. A lender's fee, because when you go in, what does that actually mean and how does that empower us as a community?
Yes. So typically, most lenders have what's called an underwriting fee, lender fee. It could be named several different things, but generally, it's just a fee for them to process, underwrite, and handle the processing of the loan. And our fee is typically $1,295, but for VA loans, it's zero. We eliminate that fee completely.
That's really cool because it's already super expensive to already own a home and then go get all the inspections and everything else and to get up to par. And we're still kind of restricted in the sense of things that traditional and FHA loans can do. I know I've been trying to look at tiny homes and container homes, and I know we're not there yet. So if we have to compromise and say get a stick built home, then it's good to know that we're not paying those additional fees and maybe we can nest egg that money for when we can do these little adventure homestead tiny homes and things of that nature. So that's really good. So let's go jump into your BHAG. And most people don't use that term nowadays, but it means big, hairy, audacious goals. So for you working at Heroes Home Advantage, I'm glad you had to sign in the back because I was about to hack it. And what is your BHAG? What is your goal for working with this company and just overall for yourself?
So, my overall goal is to be the number one network, real estate network for veterans and active duty military personnel in the country. We give more to the military and active duty and veterans than any program in the country. And so we're really on a mission to educate as many people as we can to let them know that we are out there, we're available. This is literally free money for veterans and active duty military that we give them if they start the home buying process with us. And it can be, as you see behind me, $5,000 or more in literal free money for them. So we're trying to get the word out, and we want to be the number one program in the country. Now, just so everybody's aware, I'm sure they've heard of many other programs out there, but it is really kind of embarrassing how little they give to the hero and then how much they keep for themselves. So that's why we want to be the number one program in the country because we give more, we empower your community, we give back to your community more than any program in the country.
I tell you right now, if I had 5 grand, that would eliminate a lot of bills for myself. So I would love to be empowered in that. I'm still renting and housing and everything else. So veterans usually are fast paced, and this is our last question before we close out. And they usually want to have something. And plus, we're on the internet, so we want to make things viral. So 3 superhero tactics that you can go over and give to help expedite the goal for home ownership for our community.
Oh boy, that's a tough one there. I would say the first thing would be speed. So lightning fast. So we are typically very fast in processing a loan. So that would be probably number one. Vision, incredible vision or superhero vision would be number two. That allows us to see any potential problems that may occur, help them overcome them, and make sure it's a smooth process and experience. And then the third one, um, maybe being Spider-Man sticky, so that we can stick to the military community, make sure that they know about us. We reach out to them and are able to stick out our message and help them become clients of Heroes Home Advantage.
All right. All right. Good way to go close it out. So, David, I want to thank you for going over and joining us. I'm going to give you the floor one more time to go tell us a little more about Heroes Home Advantage. And then once you auditory pause, we'll go to credits. So, thank you for joining.
Yeah, Daniel, thank you so much for having me today. It really is an honor and a pleasure to be able to speak to your community, and certainly appreciate it. And just want to let all of your listeners out there know that if they know anybody looking to purchase a home in the next 12 months, please reach out to us before starting the home buying process, because the way that they get the money is by using our network of realtors and lenders. If you start the process with a realtor and or a lender, we're not able to give you those funds. So that's the key point there. Please start the home buying process with us early. And if you maybe are in your forever home, please share this podcast with someone you know who might be interested in buying in the next year. We certainly would love to have a conversation with them and help them in any way that we can.